That's good to know.
Fill my cup of water up, and then we'll come back for hour number 2 here and take your live phone calls, talk about WrestleMania 25 coming up, and a bunch of other stuff. Maybe we'll give something away here in hour number 2 if people in the chat can convince me to do that. So we'll do it after this. You're listening to WZR Radio with Ryan Clark and Jose Rivera. We'll be back right after this. And we're back, WZR Radio for hour number 2, leading you guys into ECW at 9 o'clock, top of the hour. Jose, what's up, buddy? You here?
Number 2, or hour number 2.
Numero dos.
Numero dos.
I don't have a lot to talk about, man. I didn't do a show file. I got the updated WrestleMania 25 card, which we're going to talk about, and then I think we should just open this thing up to live phone calls all night. I don't see too many of them coming in right now. We have a ton of people in the chat room tonight. WZROnline.com /chat. Get on over there. If you guys want to call in, I'll give out the number here. It's 724-444-7444. Call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key.
You know, something that just came to my mind. I know that we take calls and we talk to people, but how about maybe taking questions online? Maybe you have.
What's wrong with is your phone? Your phone's all messed up. You sound like you're away from the like you went too far away from it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, buddy. There he is. What were we gonna say?
No, I was going to say is maybe perhaps you're not only taking phone calls, but if people want to ask us questions on the chat room, maybe they can, shoot us a couple of questions if they don't want to pick up the phone and make a call.
Yeah, no doubt. Some people get nervous. We don't bite, man. I don't bite, Call up.
Yeah, people do get nervous, though. That is kind of funny that you said that. But
yeah, I know. They get nervous.
You're only live on the radio, and a couple of hundred people are listening. I mean, no pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Well, anyways, if you guys want to call up, like I just gave out the number 724-444-7444, and then the call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key. Brian J. Morey from the chat room. You're live on WZR Radio. What's up, man?
Nothing much. What's going on there?
Not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot. It's cold.
Very cold.
Yeah, we got a bunch of snow down here in Maryland too. But I just got a first question. Just what do you think with Morrison and Miz losing? Do you think that they're going to do any kind of tag title match over in Mania?
It's possible. I had thought that they were going to put both the Miz and John Morrison in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but that's one match that we really haven't talked about. It's a good question. We're going to talk about WrestleMania now, but, we talked about a Divas title match, but not really a tag team match. They've never really been behind. In TNA, they're really behind the tag division, and they're starting to get back behind the X division here. But in WWE, the tag division has always been, Jim Ross has even noted this in blogs, that it's always been kind of on WWE's back burner, so to speak. You know what I mean? Something that, it's there, but they never push it. They never push the tag team titles like they really mean something, like they're prestigious. You know what I mean? They're just kind of there. So I'm not exactly sure that we'll see a tag title match on WrestleMania. We'll see where they go. Maybe they could do like a 6-man. The thing about WrestleMania is they like to get a lot of the roster on that pay-per-view, whether, like Jose said, it's a lumberjack match, or whether it's a battle royal, or whether it's a 8-man tag team match, you know what I mean, where you have 8 different teams, or 6 different teams, or 4 different teams. That way you could have 8 guys in the ring. If you had 4 teams, you'd have 8 guys that are getting that WrestleMania payoff. So they could do something like that. I don't know, Jose, have you heard anything tag match?
I haven't, and if you notice the last 3 weeks, while they write their shows, they haven't really emphasized a lot on the tag team titles. I would be surprised if they do not include either or SmackDown or Raw's. But I can't even. Who's SmackDown's tag team champion?
I think it's Carlito and Primo, right? Carlito and Primo, I believe they are the tag team champions. So
I mean that goes to show you right there that it's hard to remember who are the champions. And realistically, it would be nice if they have like a four-way dance where Carlito and Primo and Miz and Morrison, and then throw in a SmackDown tag team and a Raw tag team, and kind of just. I think that's the title that they should unify. I think that's the only title that they should unify, because just there's not much emphasis on tag team in WWE. And again, that's where we talked about the TNA. That's some of the things that I like about TNA, about the knockouts, knocking themselves out, and using the terminology knockout, or emphasizing on things that the WWE does not emphasize, like the tag team division. Something
different, no doubt. But I mean, to answer your question, Brian, about a tag team title match at WrestleMania, like Jose said, they really haven't emphasized it, in recent weeks, and it's kind of like on the back burner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got anything else, man?
Yeah, just another little question about with the Money in the Bank. Like, who do you think are the next kind of top contenders to get into that match? Because, I mean, in my opinion, it's kind of a waste to put in Mark Henry and Kane in there. Like, you could put in, like, Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston or something, but who do you guys think will be the other 5 slots in that match?
Oh, thanks for the question, man. I appreciate the call, no doubt. We kind of talked about that in hour number 1, where I said that, Kane and Mark Henry, guys that are in there that, just for the big spots, just for those big spots. And then, like I said, I would hope that the other 5 guys, CM Punk is already in there, but the other 5 guys that are going to be added to that match, I would hope that it's like a Miz, Morrison, Chavo, Santino, guys like that could really work a ladder match. So, I agree with you on that. It's just I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, you're gonna have your CM Punks, and I believe at least either the Miz or Morrison, one of those guys is gonna be in there. So, I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. They're going to do qualifying matches over the next few weeks, but I think you've got your 2 big guys in there, in Mark Henry and Kane, for right now. And I don't know if they're gonna go more than that, because those guys, like I said, are going to be used for your planned spots. You know what I mean? Where guys will come off the ladder and land into Mark Henry's arms, stuff like that. We talked about it in hour number 1, but we'll see where they go with it. We have a caller from, where's this? North Central Texas. You're live on WZR Radio. What's on your mind?
I have a few questions, actually.
Sure. Where in Texas you from?
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, no doubt. You going to WrestleMania down there?
I'll be there. I'll be there for the whole WrestleMania weekend, actually.
Very good. Send us some live coverage, man, for the website.
Yeah, we definitely will. Me and my friend have a little podcast we're trying to do right now, but that's not really something I'm called to talk about. I actually have a prediction for Money in the Bank. I think if Ted DiBiase Jr. is in there, I think he's going to win it.
That's another one, like Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr., guys like that, no doubt. And that's a great comment, man, with Ted DiBiase, a guy that he has the look of reminds me of Randy Orton before he really took off and got big. He's got that same look that Randy has, and he's shown that he's got it on the mic. The limited times that he's been given the mic, he's ran with it. So that's a good play, no doubt.
He's been in the business his whole life. So I mean, he has a lot of people to help him, coach him, and I think he was, if you remember back a few months ago, he was in that Intercontinental Battle Royal, and he was the last one in there. If it wasn't for William Regal, he probably would have won that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very. I mean, it's a really good possibility. We'll see. We'll have to see over the next couple of weeks if they put him in a Money in the Bank qualifier. But somebody like him, or if they wanted to do something with Christian, they could. Lil Wayne in the chat says, Lil Wayne's playing in the chat says, you could throw Christian in there, and then that's a renewed push for him. But I really don't think Vince sees.
No, I don't think so either.
Real big potential in Christian. I mean,
he's been there before, so he's not.
Yeah.
I think they give it to more young up and coming. They gave it to Kennedy.
Yeah.
They gave it to Punk. They gave it to Edge.
Yeah, up